Good.
Hi, Colts. Welcome to the second edition of the Fireside Chat, and I'm joined by no stranger to many campus fans, and that's Myron Regier. And Myron joins us today. First of all, I want to thank you for taking time to come do this. Myron is a principal for 16 years. He's a basketball coach for 6 years. What have you been doing since retirement?
Well, last night we just got off a cruise ship, so my wife and I had never taken a cruise, so we went on a cruise last week. My first year in retirement, we had 2 grandkids born, and so we have 3 total, and so we spent a lot of time going to see our kids. We have 1 child in Texas, another son in Illinois, and our daughter's in the Kansas City area.
2 out of 3 of your kids are in education, is that right?
That's true, yes.
And coaches, right? Eric
Right.
coaches?
Eric coaches. He teaches math in Belton, Texas. Coaches girls basketball, and then my oldest son, Brad, is a music professor at Illinois Wesleyan.
And your daughter is a teacher,
My
right?
daughter was a middle school teacher. She's taking a break right now to raise their first child, but she was a middle school math teacher.
You don't spoil those grandbabies any, do you? You and your wife?
As much as we can.
What are some things that you remember most basketball-wise? You coached here 6 years, from 1992 to 1996. You have the last banner hanging in the gym. What do you remember most about your years about coaching as a head coach here at campus?
It's interesting you asked that because those were the last years of the old Ark Valley. And we had McPherson, El Dorado in the league, Winfield, teams like that. We had 8 schools in the league. And of course that disbanded there in the late 90s. But McPherson was always the powerhouse. They were the team to catch. And so all of us were working hard to beat them. That was the team to beat at that time.
Was Derby in that league yet?
Yes, they were. Yeah.
Okay, so Derby was also in there.
Yeah.
What are some of the players that stick out in your mind that you had the opportunity to coach, maybe what they're doing now, or just how they were as players here at campus?
Well, our 96 team went to the 5A state tournament, and we had some great players on that team, great athletes. Aaron Harris, who's actually he is a French citizen now, and he's living in France and playing professionally over there still. Every year he tells me this is going to be his last year, but he keeps playing. On that team, we actually played 4 guards and 1 postman. Our postman was Jody Harris. He was a 6'5" scorer. We had a great shooting touch, and he was an all-league player for 2 years for us. We had the Faust brothers, who were tremendous athletes. And then we had a young man, 6'2", forward, Donnie Lemons, who was a great leaper and tremendous competitor.
What any games that stick out? I know we used to sit in the hallway and we talked about McPherson, how they'd always set you up to go there on a Tuesday night, never on a Friday night when you could come back and get a little rest. But what are some things that you remember, and some players that you went against, that you coached against? Anything stand out to you?
Well, McPherson, of course, McPherson has these families that come through that have played basketball for generations. When I was coaching, there were the Alexanders at McPherson. They were tremendous players. The youngest one, I believe it was the youngest one, went to Oklahoma State and played. That's where he finished out his career. So that's what we had to deal with McPherson, and so we were trying to catch them with those types of players. But we had like I said, we had a tremendous guard in Aaron Harris. I remember, you talked about big games. I remember at Newton High School, he had 41 points one night. Then I also remember sub-state final over at Friends University. We beat Bishop Carroll in the sub-state final there, and that went down to the wire. So
Always a thrill to play in the Roundhouse, I would think, at McPherson, that you would look forward to playing there with the tradition that they had, and they always seemed to pack it out. But I know you'd been really proud the other night if you'd been here at the Derby game, because there was just nowhere to sit, absolutely packed. The hallways to the doors were packed, and it was just an unbelievable atmosphere. But that's always fun to be a part of, and you could always count on getting that at McPherson, couldn't you? 'Cause
absolutely, yeah.
Supported them so well. How's your golf game?
Weak.
Haven't played enough, too cold?
It's too cold to play.
Looking forward to getting out?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What do you see in this year's team? You got to see us early, and see us play. What are your takeaways so far from this squad?
Well, I told Zach this. You know, one of the neatest things I see as an educator. This is a group of kids. Some of those kids have gone through some dark days. 2 years ago, they had trouble winning games. Now, last year they had a great season, and now this year another great season. Those kids stuck with it. The coaches, you know, you guys have worked hard, and you believed in those kids, and those kids have really come around, and they are a tremendous team. Arguably the best team that this school has ever had.
Well, that's saying a lot, because I know there's been some great ones. I'm gonna put you on the spot here a little bit. You are an unbelievable historian of campus, all. So school, athletics, from debate. I mean, I'm sure you could tell us almost every banner that's hanging on that wall. Who are some of the best players that you've already mentioned? Aaron Harris, that you had the opportunity to coach. And we're certainly Ron Meyer, but I'm not gonna steal your thunder. Who are some of the best players that have played in this program?
Well, we'll go back to the 60s. Ron Soft was postman in the 60s for campus. They had a great team back in the 60s, and he went on and played at Wichita State. So he was a tremendous player. Ron Meyer, he was captain at K-State in their Final Eight team, for their Final Eight team. So he's one of the great ones. Then we look at, you know, Kip Pulliam for that team in the late 80s there. That 87-88 team was just a tremendous team. Kip Pulliam was a great player. Phil Tilson was on that team. He was tremendous. Then the point guard on that squad was Carl Hall, who was a tremendous baseball player at Wichita State. He was a great team leader too. So, you know, Aaron Harris for us, like I said, he's still playing professionally overseas. Jody Harris, the postman on that team, was a great player too. So those kids all stick out in my mind as some of the best.
I want to give credit where credit's due. I know that this has been a long time thorn in your side, and you can speak your mind now, but you were always big that the AVCTL and the City League Challenge, that campus should be a part of that. And before you left here, you saw that was going to get done, and we certainly appreciate that. But I know that you sat up there with a big old smile on your face when we played Southeast at Coke Arena, and I just want to say thank you for that. But certainly campus should be a part of that.
Absolutely. And every team in the Ark Valley Chisholm Trail that wants to be in that should be able to rotate through. And I was real big on that. It originally was not designed that way, and I made some enemies in the league pushing that so hard. But it was very important to me that happened.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. I know our kids did. It was an unbelievable atmosphere to just get the opportunity to play there and to coach there. What a privilege it was to be on the sidelines. But I was thinking about you, and we appreciate your work. We appreciate everything you've done for campus. You've been your words still stick out in the Commons. You know, be on time. Respect one another and do good work. And I know every time I look at those three things, I think of you. But we're back in action this week at Dodge City Tournament Champions. What a thrill that's going to be for us. You always went to Chaparral, didn't you?
That's right.
And played over a period of 4 or 5 days, but we're playing over 3 days. So that's this weekend, Colts fans. We will return home on January the 31st. It'll be an all-boys schedule. The girls will be in tournament week. January 31st, we'll be taking on the Mavericks from May South. Hope to get everybody out. Let's have a great atmosphere, and I appreciate you joining us. And Coach, thank you so much.
You bet.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.